Hey guys, what's up? Back with no video. This time we're going to do a little something different. We're going to do a TNA Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, classic pay-per-view review, that is. We're going all the way back to the year 2004. We have TNA Victory Road from 2004, the November 7th, 2004 pay-per-view. Yeah, the first ever TNA Epic 3-hour event. So let's get this underway, shall we? Let's kick this off. No time like the present. We kick off the show with a 20-man X Division Gauntlet match. This is pretty cool, a good way to showcase the X Division wrestlers like, Frankie Kazarian, Hector Garza, people like that, Spanky, Brian Kendrick, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, good, really good stars. LA Park, I was not expecting him to be in this match, but he was pretty cool to see him in this match. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool opener. Good to see Frankie Kazarian and Sanjay Dutt started the match, and Frankie Kazarian went all the way to the final two. It came down to him and Hector Garza, and of course Hector Garza won the match, of course, winning the X Division Gauntlet. Pretty decent opener. Awesome stuff. Big thumbs up to the opener of Impact of TNA Victory Road with this X Division Gauntlet. Hector Garza winning this opener. So pretty cool opener. Next match, we had a very random 8-man tag team match. We had the Naturals of Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens teaming up with Kid Cash in Dallas, the future Lance Hoyt, to take on the random tag team of Eric Watts, Pat Kenny, Johnny B. Bad, and Ronda Truth Killings. Very weird, randomly booked tag team match. Felt like it was very randomly drawn from a hat, maybe. I don't know. I didn't watch the build to the pay-per-view. I just watched the pay-per-view. So, kind of felt a bit weirdly booked, randomly. So, but yeah, the match itself was okay. Felt like something you'd see on Impact. Nothing too special, but it was okay. I just thought it was a bit of a head scratcher because it felt like very, very random. I don't know if I've said random too many times. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit weird. Like, it was weirdly booked, and it just felt like something that you would see on Impact. So, it was okay, but it was something you would see on Impact rather than the first ever TNA pay-per-view. Anyway, next match. Speaking of randomly booked, we had I don't know if I'm okay to say this. We had midget wrestling. We had Mirata Morgan taking on, Jesus, I'm going to fuck this name up, Sararada, sorry if I mispronounced that name. Basically it's two midget wrestlers, or small man wrestlers, having a match, and it was okay. It went a couple of minutes. They were trying something new, I guess, but it just baffled me. I don't understand why they did this. I really don't understand it. Like, I guess they were trying to showcase the different styles of what they offered in TNA, but it just felt weird because I don't remember TNA having a midget wrestling division in Impact, I know WWE tried it in 2005, but I don't remember TNA doing it, so yeah, it was kind of weird. It was okay for what it was. It was short. I almost said it was a short match. Sorry, guys. It was okay, but I don't know. It was what it was. It was there. Anyway, after a quick Scott Hall promo to hype the main event, we get to the next match, which was Team Canada's Bobby Roode and Eric Young taking on Free Alive Crew's Conan and BG James. Very basic stuff here for the tag team titles, for the NWA tag team titles. Basic stuff. A little bit of interference from Scott D'Amore thrown in there, and Free Alive Crew become the NWA World Tag Team Championships. Not too much to say about this one. The match was okay, but it was what it was. It wasn't. It was one of those matches you could easily forget about in a couple of hours' time. So it was okay. Anyway, after that we had Roddy Piper Roddy Piper in the pit with Jimmy Superfly Snuka. It was basically a Piper's Pit segment with Jimmy Superfly Snuka. He wanted to apologize for breaking a coconut over his head. He wanted Snuka to hit him over the head with a coconut. And in the end, it ended up having Kid Cash come out, and he ended up hitting Sanjay Dutt with a coconut. So more on that in the next, in the follow up to this. So there'll probably be a follow up with Kid Cash and Sanjay Dutt probably, and the next pay-per-view or whatever. But yeah, anyway, we move on. We had the next match. We had Trinity's Open Challenge. As Trinity had an open challenge, and it was accepted by Jacqueline. This was another short match. I don't really understand this is the only women's match on the card, and it went 3 minutes at least, at best. Like, I wasn't really counting along, but it felt like a really short match, and they were speeding through spots, and a lot of interference from Disco Inferno, Glenn Gilberti, which is the ultimate down. I don't need to see Glenn Gilberti on my screen ever, with his, hey, Disco, fuck your fucking big baldy head. Go away, get off my screen. Sorry. Yeah, go back to your fucking podcast, you big dildo. Anyway, Trinity gets the win after about a 3-minute match. I don't understand what the point of this was. Why they had to have this match on the pay-per-view. They could have given it more time, and I wish they just would have given Trinity and Jacqueline a little bit more time and less interference from Glenn Gilberti and Johnny Swinger. So, anyway, we move on to the next match. And the next match is, of course, the Monsters Ball match. We have Raven taking on Abyss versus Monty Brown in the Monsters Ball. This was awesome. I love this match. This was pretty good. I have a soft spot for Monsters Ball matches. As sadistic as that may sound, I have a soft spot for Monsters Ball matches. Really good stuff. I love Monsters Ball matches. I think they're pretty cool. And this one was no different. The Raven was awesome. Monty Brown was awesome, and Abyss was good. They're awesome too. Sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect back to Abyss there. I just kind of didn't want to sound like, oh, all three men were awesome. They did their own good stuff, and they did really good stuff in this match. And Monty Brown picked up the win, which I think was the right move, because Monty Brown around this time was freaking tremendous on the mic. His presence was great, and I really wish he would have won the world title around this time. But unfortunately, that was not meant to be. But we'll speak about that another time. And Monty Brown, he picked up the win here, and we move on to the next match. Awesome stuff. Next, speaking of awesome stuff, we have a fantastic X Division Championship match up next. We have Petey Williams defending the X Division Championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. And boy howdy, this was awesome. Really awesome match. These two were awesome. Awesome chemistry between these two. Love the match. Slight interference from Scott D'Amore, which could be a pain going forward in these TNA reviews. But for now it was all right. Kind of a predictable ending where they said that if Petey Williams lost, Scott D'Amore would leave TNA, and they kind of just threw that stipulation in there last minute. So you kind of knew that Petey wasn't losing. But apart from that, it was a fantastic match for the X Division Championship. Of course, Petey Williams would retain after hitting a devastating Canadian Destroyer, which continues to be absolutely amazing. So, good stuff right there. We move on to the next match. We have the America's Most Wanted of Cowboy James Storm and Chris Harris, the Wildcat, taking on Triple X of the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, and Elix Skipper. In a last team standing match, which is elimination last man standing match. The rules to me kind of ruined this match. It was anything goes. It was anything goes last man standing match, but they had to tag in and out, which kind of bothered me. And of course, it was the old school TNA last man standing match where you had to pin your opponent first, then they did the 10 count. And I I just don't like that kind of style. Like, I prefer the whole, you know, you hit the move, they're down, the referee starts counting immediately, rather than giving him a 1, 2, 3, then they start the 10 count. It was what it was. It kind of got fucked up towards the end with Elix Skipper. I think Elix Skipper got knocked loopy or something, because towards the end, when it came down to him and Chris Harris, when it came down to him and Chris Harris, they kind of started botching a lot, and I think that he got knocked a bit loopy, and they kind of just quickly went to the finish, and then they did the post-match beatdown, and something felt a bit off. Like, you know, you can always tell when someone's got a bit off, when they start communicating a lot more. You can see them talking a lot and trying to figure something out, and the referee was trying to figure something out. So yeah, it was okay, but you know, Triple X and America's Most Wanted would have better matches with each other. This was not one of them, and which is a shame. And then, of course, that leads to the main event of the evening. We have Double J, Jeff Jarrett, defending the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, in a good old-fashioned ladder match. This was okay, an okay main event with the two Jeffs. It was kind of predictable ending, of course, because the entire match was being built around Kevin Nash and Scott Hall being in both men's corner. Like, Kevin Nash was going to be in Jeff Hardy's corner, and Scott Hall was going to be in Jeff Jarrett's corner. And you kind of knew something dodgy was going to happen at the end, and because Kevin Nash hadn't shown up yet, and Scott Hall was in Jeff Jarrett's corner, and kept interfering. But there was nowhere. Kevin Nash wasn't inside. Maybe he was being paid. Maybe he was fucking Dixie Carter in the backstage area. Who knows? Hey, hold on a minute. only kidding, Big Kev. But yeah, speculation, by the way. I'm just making a joke, and you know, nothing happened between Kevin Nash and Dixie Carter. Just to put that out there. I'm just making a joke. Yeah. Anyhow, what was I saying? So we kind of knew something dodgy was going to happen, and they were just doing a lot of spots to get to the part, and then, of course, you kind of saw the ending. You kind of saw the ending coming, where Kevin Nash came out, and predictably, him and Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett all ganged up on Jeff Hardy, and it was a swerve, which is kind of convenient because Russo was on this show. So Jarrett would retain, and him and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall would form the Kings of Wrestling faction, and they had a bit of a brawl with some of the TNA locker room with AJ Styles and the Free Live crew after the match, and then, of course, from the limousine, yeah, the Macho Man would debut in TNA Wrestling, yeah. To end the show, Macho Man Randy Savage would turn up. And, yeah, it was a very bizarre ending with Macho Man Randy Savage, and it kind of felt a little bit outdated, even if it was 2004. It kind of felt outdated seeing, like, Nash and Hall and Jarrett and, you know, Randy Savage being the focal points of the focal point of the main event scene. Which is a shame, you know, it really is a shame, but, anyhow, it was a very bizarre event, let's just put it that way. Anyway, that was TNA Victory Road 2004, my pay-per-view review. My overall score, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Some things worked, some things didn't. There was some bizarre booking, a lot of the mid-card stuff, like the Trinity stuff, the midget match, the 8-man tag. It felt like very much filler, like they were just throwing guys out there to showcase their ability, but it didn't really work too much for me. So yeah, a pretty mixed bag of events. There was some good stuff, but yeah, it's a very typical event. 6 out of 10, middle of the road. Anyway, that's gonna be it now, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments, and see you guys in the future. And Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if I deserve it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm out.